She was like, be fucking for real, girl. Like, I love bombed you. Be fucking for real. Nah, she a
Yeah.
real one. I was like, I pick Clark. I like Clark. Welcome back in, everyone. This is Black Girls Talking TV, where we bring the group chat to life and discuss all your favorite TV shows. Today, it's all about Beyond the Villa. We are talking about Love Island, y'all. We back. Love Island has swooped us back in, okay? This is the first 2 episodes of this second season that is focusing on the Love Island cast of season 7. I am Victoria. I am one of your hosts, and I'm a psychologist.
And I'm Kamaria. I'm an attorney and a pop culture writer. And before we get into this episode of Love Island Beyond the Villa, make sure you like, make sure you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell, and be in the comments. Let us know, because we're not sure if we're going to be covering this whole season, okay?
Yes. How y'all show up this episode is going to determine how we move forward. So act accordingly, babes. I better see them hikes up. I better see them comments up. Y'all better be sharing, because we are amongst the folks that we like, where is Alandria?
I know. Yeah. It's going to be better than last season.
Yeah.
Like, we love, PPG, but it was kind of like a slow pace. These people, they got a little drama going on. So it's giving a little bit better. At the same time, it's like, we don't know. We don't know. It's like, so we're going to recap the first 2 episodes. Let us know if you're feeling it, if you're watching it, or if you're kind of like, yeah, no, I'm dipping out too. Just to give us some feedback. But anywho, Love Island Beyond the Villa, girl, like, really, the headliner was all the beefs with the men. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They got the Pepe. He a dog now. They got Bryan, of course. I felt like people was forgiving Bryan too much. And I mean, I guess I was understanding that, because I do think he played that girl. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm like, to me, Bryan was the worst one, in my opinion. I'm like, I think for Pepe, it just might have felt worse because it's like, it's 3 women in the same experience that felt some type of way, even though I felt like they didn't have really no legs to stand on for real. Like, I'm like, even with Iris went from TJ to Pepe back to TJ. Like, it was, she happy.
I know, right?
I was low key with Pepe when he was like, they clearly had something. They're back together and in love. Let them be, like, let it be chill. I do think all the tension is a little unnecessary at this point.
Yeah, no,
I mean, where you are dating people for approximately a couple of days a lot of times, because people are getting swapped out, dumped, and Pepe was one of those people in those situations where everybody he connected with was dipping out. Like, he didn't have time to really develop any real connections. And Iris, from what I remember, Iris said she a serial monogamous person. Like, she loved to be in a relationship. So, and I'm not even trying to come for Iris at all. Let me be clear about that. But I just felt like you said, like, they were going a little, they was giving Bryan not enough. Bryan was doing the absolute most, in my opinion.
Yeah. No, Bryan, I was like, he kept backtracking. I think, for me, I do think Pepe, there's probably something to that. They kept saying he lied. So I'm like, there's probably something to that. Like, and the way Pepe talks, he's very calm, right? He's very calm. And I was like, that kind of disarms you. When a man is like calm and they're just explaining things in a very calm manner. And so I'm saying, I feel like that's probably how he get away with some shit. So he was probably doing some shit, like, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like with all of what was going on, it's just like, she was caught taking pictures with TJ. It's like, just let it lie. So I was like, y'all need to pop over there. We'll speak about the Hannah moment in a second, because that was just hilarious. But on Bryan, I felt like they should have had way more heat for him, because I felt like he kept flip flopping. One part of the episode, I heard him say something like, "Oh, I didn't really do anything," and it's like, but then the next one, he like, "Yeah, I just want to apologize. Well, he didn't say I want to apologize, but he said something like, basically, he learned from his ways and he want to let her know, basically. And it's like, first of all, how you going to be at the reunion with the girl and then not speak to her? That's pretty much the last time y'all spoke. That's what he said.
Right.
You're ghosting her? Like, you think that's okay? He kept saying, like, oh, I didn't cheat. They didn't see me with no, other girls. No girl has come forward. It's like, it doesn't really matter if you cheated or not. You literally opened her up, then disappeared. You get what I'm saying? That in and of itself is traumatic. So I can't with them.
Yeah, no, for real. And too, with Bryan, it was like he kept saying, I shouldn't have gone out, or like I didn't communicate enough. If you were supposed to be meeting that girl's father, because that's what she said, you were supposed to meet my
Right.
father. You said you were sick, and then I
Mm-hmm.
find out that you going out on Snapchat and TikTok. So the world
Mm-hmm.
finding out that you out and about and do what you do,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm thinking you're sick at home and you can't come meet my family, and so to me, it felt like kind of what I don't know if you had speculated it during the season, um, but it was this idea, I think, even with some of the fans, that like it's Bryan putting on
Oh
because
hell yeah, I
he knows that
speculated.
Amaya, yeah, he knows that Amaya is loved because he got the opportunity to see the fans' reaction to Amaya before he came in. And so
Mm-hmm.
even when he was talking his talk about, accountability and all that, I'm like, we see it because you're doing it on the cameras, right?
Yeah.
But you've had plenty of time off camera. Now you feeling isolated and separated from the group because people trying to hold you accountable. So now you like, oh, I'm a grown and changed man, but it's like, no, you had ample opportunity to apologize to this girl, apologize to her family, and
Mm-hmm.
everything else because y'all did win. Y'all did get
Mm-hmm.
that prize money, and you weren't. You did, like you said, you opened her up and then shut her out. Like it's not cool. And so I don't know what the group is not understanding
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. And they also, I felt like so many of them were talking to Bryan and getting his side. Side note, Bella, I didn't recognize Bella. Did you? Did I was like, who this random? I didn't recognize her at
Baby, they
all.
had. I was like, child, we'll get to Bella in a second. I didn't recognize Bella. I knew it was Bella, but
Who was I didn't recognize her? I
they
was like,
had a
oh, who
lot of
is this
extras
girl?
in there.
She,
Even Marvin. Marvin was from Love Island Games. I'm like, look, Marvin, how Marvin get in the clip? But
yeah,
anyhow,
no. Yeah, but overall, I felt like all of them were kept trying to tell her like, oh, I talk with not all of them, but even when Hannah did it, and I'm like, Hannah, you the one going hardest against these guys. You know what I'm saying? And you're sitting here telling her that, I don't know, he sounded that you're giving him the time of day. It's like, I think Bryan, to me, I think he was very calculated. I do not think even in the villa that he was genuinely interested in her
yeah.
personally.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, it just goes back to, Amaya, she is, and I don't even want to say like this is all the way it, but I did have the thought like, it's like you dismiss like this woman of color, her pain, right? And you can't see it for what it is. But Pepe and Iris in this situation, you're like, oh my God, it's all of this. Like
oh,
you're
yeah.
taking in how Iris is feeling, and it's
Yeah.
the worst thing ever, right? When there was a lot of, I think there was more back and forth and mixing between Iris and Pepe than there was with Bryan and Amaya.
Mm-hmm,
They were
mm-hmm,
very clear cut. They left the villa in a relationship. You know what I'm
mm-hmm.
saying? They
One.
said they won, right, and won. You know what I'm saying? Iris
Mm-hmm,
and TJ, it wasn't that. It was a
mm-hmm.
couple of days after she lost TJ.
Yeah.
Like, so it's like it's not fair to me, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a lot more ambiguity between Iris and Pepe than there was between Amaya and Bryan. And even at the
Yeah.
reunion, Iris said, I want to be in a relationship. And Pepe was talking about we have different views, of where we're at right now and like where we're
Mm-hmm.
moving. And so it was not giving that they were even on the same
Mm-hmm.
page, leaving
Mm-hmm.
the villa and, and,
Yeah.
and getting to the reunion. So within that time frame, it was already too much going on. Like, y'all got to let it go.
Yeah. Yeah, well, anything else on like Iris and TJ and their relationship? Well, I mean, they had their little reveal of like him asking her to be his girlfriend. I mean, I guess I have to remember when I was watching it that this happened, I guess, in November because it was like Friendsgiving. So I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, I guess because in my mind I was like, they visiting each other. Why? How they not already boyfriend and girlfriend? It just people taking so long to do these things sometimes. But I don't know the span of time because so I'm gonna give them grace.
Yeah, I mean, they
And
get
it's
out
their decision.
in like August, July, August, right? So
Mm-hmm.
this is a couple of months, and now they're in a relationship
They're
by
in a
November.
relationship. Yeah, but it
Um,
was nice. I feel like TJ. I will say this: TJ showed up in this Beyond the Villa first couple episodes very likable in my view.
Yeah,
He was very
agreed.
much seeming very intentional about, he seems serious about Iris. His mom, I was like, she hype. She was over there like throwing shots at the table. She's in on
Yeah.
this. And when he remembered that, I guess she did a Selly interview or whatever, saying like, oh, I'd love to drive down wherever, Rodeo Drive, wherever they was trying to
Yeah,
drive.
PCH, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, this is too cute. You know what I'm saying? Like, this
Yeah.
is too intentional. I like it. TJ, I like it. Iris, they was kind of like vanilla for me, but it's like, cool. Sometimes vanilla tastes good. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes it tastes good. It's like,
Yeah.
cool, you know? So I like their whole dynamic. But anything else you have on TJ and Iris?
No, they seem very cute. I'm rooting for them. Hope they, seems like they're good for each other. So,
Okay.
and
Do you,
and I was low. I was like, Iris, she got that home, and that, I mean, she said she was written, but still written in California, where she at in the hills, baby. That ain't
oh,
cheap.
I didn't even
And she
notice.
got that Range Rover. I said, oh, baby, they both making money. TJ said, I'm out here flipping homes and got investment in rental
Yeah.
and Airbnbs, and he written convertibles. I said, oh, they're gonna have a
Mm-hmm.
nice little cushiony
Oh yeah, because Iris
relationship
out here
there.
getting the influencer, coin.
Well,
Okay.
that, and she already had her own spray tan business.
Yeah.
She came into the villa with a business.
Oh, that thing probably
Yeah,
blowing
she
up.
ain't. I don't know if she's made enough to have been able to rent a home in California where she is at.
Oh no, businesses are very interesting. You can never really
Yeah,
know. 'Cause sometimes
yeah, this is
things you
very
don't
true.
think gonna blow up,
She
blow
do have
up.
$1 million contracts. You right. You right. You right.
Yeah, but the only thing I did want to say, because before we get onto Clark and our black people, okay, because there's a whole like it's
Stop.
Clark, Coco, Chris,
Stop.
Taylor. There's a lot going on, so we're gonna talk about them next. But the one thing I did want to speak on is the Hannah situation, her going over there. That was kind of funny, and talk about Pepe.
Yeah, it
That
was
was kind of
funny,
funny.
but it was also I was like, girl, okay, now you gave it to him, now leave him alone.
Yeah, yeah. She was a little
Leave
extra
him.
with it,
She was
because
a
he
little
caught her a little
extra.
bit. He caught her when he was like, you
You
mentioned
mentioned
me
my
and called me,
name.
yeah. If you happy, like, why you mentioning me with your man? Like, am I on your mind? Like, he had her a little bit, and so she knew when to like, okay, you're balding, and then walk off because
Yeah, right. Yeah, yeah,
he
yeah.
had her a little bit. But yeah, let's
She a
get
little
into
firecracker, but yeah, we got to get back to her too when we talk about Jeremiah and Andrila.
oh yeah,
But
yeah, we'll talk about
yeah,
more black people.
but yes, let's
More
get
black
into
people.
the Coco, Clark, Taylor, Coco, Chris of it all.
Yes.
Um,
Which angle you want to bite at first?
let's start
Okay.
with the Coco and Clark, baby. Let's
Okay.
start with the
Okay.
Coco and Clark. Now, I was amongst the people sitting on the side with Clark when she said I felt love bombed. I was like, wait a minute, I don't know. I was like,
Yes.
that's a very serious, but also too, I was like, and this is how these some language, it doesn't need to become too mainstream and
Right.
widespread because we just throw it at anything, honey.
I
Like,
know.
and I know she was trying to say basically we got so close. It felt like we were close. And then I felt like abandoned in your decision to not advocate for me to stay
Mhm.
at all. That's
Mhm.
what I felt like she was trying to say.
Mhm. Mhm.
But you be missing people when you go to the extreme and
Yeah.
you doing the
You doing too
most.
much. Well, I will say this. I understand the concept of how somebody could love bomb you as a friend. To be honest, I have seen it a little bit.
Yeah.
It's more like they're like, hey, oh bestie, and da 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 da, and they're doing all this stuff. The
Yeah.
reason why I think it didn't land is because Clark ain't giving that energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, you've met the women, they're like, oh my god, you're so great, you're this. Like, yes, let's do this. Let's do our hair together. Let's do like that. Like, I can see that being what she's trying to refer to as like love bombing, but Clark don't give me that energy. Like, if you're gonna say something like that, like, make it make sense. Like, I can see Huda being that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I can
Yeah.
see her ass being like, because she just says something sometimes that feel like it's just
Right.
fake. It's just like you're just trying to people please, because that's really what it is.
Even some of the girls, even now, like I'm like, y'all saying y'all look so cute. Y'all in pajamas and sweatpants all the time. Like, it's not saying they can't look cute, but I'm like, it's like that's always the introduction. It's like a
Yeah.
hey, how are you? It's like a hey, you look so cute.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with it, but
Yeah.
but
But
in
it can
that
get
lane.
overly.
Yeah,
But Clark
right.
ain't giving that energy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like my impression of Clark going into this was like here. And then she, just because of this whole dynamic, dynamic, it kind of raised
It,
up a little
it
bit.
did raise. I was like, oh, Clark, that one. She like, girl,
Yes.
fucking for real. She was like, be fucking for real, girl. Like, I love bombed you. Be fucking for real. Nah, she a
Yeah.
real one. I was like, I pick Clark. I like Clark. I like.
Yeah, and my impression of Coco slightly, cause like it slightly went down, like, cause I'm like, it was giving that you're just trying to say things to be right in the dynamic, and
Yeah.
even at the reunion, it kept being like that. Like, it's like you're saying things to try to be right, and you're good at arguing back and forth with somebody, or you
But you're
try to
not
be good at it.
hearing. You're not getting the
Yeah.
principle
And you're
of
not
it.
even like, it seems like she wasn't coming from maybe the most genuine place with it. It feels more defensive. Like, I got to make a case for why you did wrong, as opposed to just recognizing that, like, maybe there was some hurt all around. You get what I'm saying? Because maybe Clark could have, if you really just owned up, just been real with her instead of trying to like deflect. Maybe she could have seen that. Okay, yeah, I see how that could have hurt you. Me not advocating, because I think I think they both have valid points. You know what I'm saying? And I think, to be honest, Coco's point is more valid. Like, it's just the love bombing stuff threw it off. But like, her point to the fact that, like, I thought you was gonna have my back. That's real.
That
because
is real.
She didn't like have the girls back at all, and being like, oh, I don't want to decide, y'all decide, like that's giving lackluster energy. So I feel like she had a leg to stand on, but then she took it and like put a stilt on it and was like, I'm up in the air and you're way down there, and so I'm right. It just was like, just stand on the 2 feet that God gave you.
Yeah, no, for real. Yeah, agreed. Totally. No notes. Yeah, it was a bit much. But let's get into Clark and Taylor. I'm like
I'm like, this where the opinion went down. It's like Clark, it went up and then it went down. Okay.
On the homie side, you hitting all angles, Clark. On this man's side, I'm gonna need you to stand up, okay? Stand the fuck up, because this man is not your husband. Y'all barely boyfriend and girlfriend. Like, let's keep it a buck. Like, at this point, y'all been out the villa a couple of months. Like, you don't know this man for real. I mean, you know him, because I understand villa time does feel like a lot when you with somebody. So I don't want to take that away. But you getting right now you starting to see Taylor's little idiosyncrasies and like things that he don't like, because it's given he wants you at the house. It's given he don't want you out here modeling and caring too much about your career. Okay, he giving, oh, you don't want to be in Oklahoma, I got you this horse, I buy you Chanel bags, blase blah.
Well, I didn't even hear him buying a Chanel bag. I thought he said she buy her own. I was like, see right there, like that's what I heard him say. She was like, she got her own. She get her nails, she get her shoes, whatever he said. Oh, you talking about on the social media posts? That's what you talking about.
Yeah, well, not even just a social media post, just in general. Like, it's very clear that he buys her a lot of things. Taylor got money. He come from money.
Oh, Taylor been buying her things. Yes. Okay, because child, when he said she buy her own shoes and pay for her own nails, I was like, is this a selling point? I was confused. I guess I'm not knee deep in it. So, Victoria the expert, you know what's happening in the streets.
I'm sure both is happening. But there have been posts where it's like, oh, my man got me all of this, like he's spoiling me. At least that's how it's seeming on social media. Okay. So maybe the show is showing the actual real. I don't know which one is real. So how about that? I don't know which one is real, but I am with you. Taylor is he was basically saying, like, I ain't doing nothing for you. But he did get her that horse. He did. Yeah,
and I do remember the horse situation. But it's like, also, it's like, did she ask for a horse? That's a genuine question.
No, that I don't know.
Because I'm like, you know how some people give in their own love language? It's like, you love horses, you love this country life. Are you giving in your love language or hers? Who knows? I don't know. But it just wasn't given. Like, she itching to get up out of there. She's like, what'd you think about if I go to LA? And like, she basically said at the end of that, or the preview for the next episode, what do you think if I split my time between Charlotte, where she lives or is from, and LA? She done cut out him completely.
Yeah, he said, fuck Oklahoma. Fuck Oklahoma. But I mean, I feel like Clark, she probably watching everybody else get all of these deals. Everybody is, taking
Yeah.
advantage of this
Yeah.
opportunity, and she been being the handmaid's tale at home with
Yeah.
Taylor because
I
of
ain't
this
got
injury.
time.
Taylor can, if Taylor can afford to buy you a horse, he can afford to buy a home health aide.
Right. Right. Because when she said, I ain't trying to do wifely duties with girlfriend label,
Yeah.
facts. Very
Yes.
much facts. So
Yes,
I wanted to
and
see
when Hannah
her.
clocked her and said, "Well, you need some me time. You might need to go ahead and separate for a second because you're being a
Mm-hmm.
caretaker." I said, "All right now,
Mm-hmm.
Hannah, I like that. I like that in you, girl.
Mm-hmm.
Call it
Mm-hmm.
out."
Yeah. But anywho, let me see if I had anything else on them. I do.
No, not really. That's it. Let's go ahead and move into Coco and Chris.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Chris, he said that's a woman, and Coco is a beautiful woman.
Mm-hmm.
He said that is 100% my type. I said,
Uh-huh.
and we
I
love to
know.
hear it, Chris. We love to hear it, babes.
And I'm like Shelly, like
Yeah.
they cut from the same they
Yes.
cut from the same cloth. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Looks wise. And so I was like, okay, he I like this as a type, sir. But
Yes.
I never could take Chris super seriously. Like he dresses like a teenager to me. I'm like, is that just me, or is it
Girl, it's
like this?
everybody in these rhinestones. This has actually been a conversation on social media. A lot of women is like, why are the men bedazzling their outfits so much? Like, we went from Jordans and the jerseys and all that to this.
Timberlands and
Yes, to this, to
yeah.
bedazzled outfits.
But
So yeah,
it's
that's the
even like
problem.
just how he showed up like to Jeremiah's photo shoot. He had like a hat, and I could see the it was like the juxtaposition, a very lawyerly word. We use it a lot. The juxtaposition of seeing Jeremiah in his suit and seeing Chris and his whole outfit, what he was wearing.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of like I want my men approaching 30 to be like giving debonair. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like he
Yes.
giving teenager to me. And it's also maybe the braids, because even when he got dressed for the date, I was like, the Mr. Rogers sweater, okay. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
the braids just they
Yeah, he
just
needs some
don't.
help in that
I need them
department.
to either have hair. Like I feel like braids is a young guy thing. Just personally, I could
I can see
never.
that.
It's a young
Yeah,
guy
I can
thing.
see
I need
that.
them to let it go. Like I don't
Yeah.
know,
Yeah, there's
but
actually a guy at my gym. I don't know how old he is, but he always has braids in his hair. One day he came with the afro, and I had to go and compliment him. And I said, "This right here," I said, "This this looks great. This looks great." And he reacted like a woman, like, "Oh my god, like thank you, like I appreciate it." I'm like, "You need to do this
yeah,
more often."
yeah. The braids is not where it's at. If you're trying to be an older man, it's
Yes,
just
yeah,
not giving.
yeah,
Even when the basketball players do it, I was like, oh, please don't do
yeah,
it.
yeah, yeah.
And I guess that's his lane, because I'm like, that's where you see it the most. The most grown men wearing braids, you see it in basketball, but they're also playing, I guess, and so I
It's
can
the sweat,
understand.
and I'm
You,
sure
yeah,
it's
the sweat,
practical.
like, yeah. You read my mind, but yeah, it's interesting. But who else we ain't talked about? Jeremiah
Um,
and
yeah,
or
Jeremiah
Jerry
and
and Andrina.
Jerry, yes. Jerry said we've built a sisterhood. I said, "Oh, he one of the girls,
I
babe."
know.
He one of the
He
girls.
is, but I ain't mad at it, to be
Yeah,
honest.
me
Like
either. Me
it's
either. I
giving
love
safe
men who
man,
can. Yeah, I love men who can really ride out with the homegirls, and
Yeah,
who he's safe to be around.
yeah,
He's gonna protect you. Perfect type of guy. And
yeah.
Jeremiah, he actually does seem like a really good
Nice
guy.
guy, yeah.
It seemed like he was a little rocked, probably a little bit by the hood situation, because he said, "I just want to be
Friends.
by myself. Like I'm cool on it, and
Yeah,
that's a lot because guys, I think sometimes a beautiful woman like Andrina, like it would be really
yeah,
hard when she coming at you to
yeah.
say no. So I think that speaks a lot about Jeremiah. And he really
Mm-hmm.
let me just chill. Like I want to make sure I want to be in a relationship before
Yeah.
I do that, and I don't want to ruin our friendship.
But do you think she was really coming at him? Because I was like, I felt like that text was not that serious. But I mean, she didn't have to say just the two of us. Maybe just the two of us. But I guess she wanted to clarify that this is not a friend hangout. But at the same time, why can it be a friend hangout, Andrina? If it ain't, if it's, if it's a friend hangout.
That's what I'm saying, because it wasn't just a friend hangout. Hannah was doing too much, trying to egg her on to send that message.
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
with Adriana. No, I'm not finna ask no man on a date, and you damn near
yeah.
did. Like
And he
Jeremiah was
did.
able to read between the lines, because that's what it
Yeah,
was.
yeah.
That's what it
But
was. Like,
well, I don't know. I guess all of the talk when she was sending it, it made me see that it made me feel that she wasn't. I don't know. She's confusing me. Like Andrea, I'm about to say it made me feel like she wasn't into him, but was getting vibes that he may be into her. So she was wanting to clarify, or not clarify, but she wants to stay in the friend zone or whatever. But it
yeah,
also gave like, Andrina, are you interested in him because he's interested in you? Like, where are your standards for like just what you're interested in? I do think it's important that a guy be interested in you back, but it can't be the thing that causes you to have interest because he's interested. You need to have some
right,
own internal spark that's like, okay, I like this. He's kind of
yeah,
catching my eye. So I knew I didn't know because she gives sometimes that she's like the wind, like she can blow in the wind,
blow,
whatever
yeah.
whatever way. And so I'd
Mm.
love to see her
Well, if I can remember,
be a little
she's
more
never been in a
rooted
relationship before.
because she
I
be
don't know how
blowing in the
true.
wind.
Yeah, I don't know how true it is, but it's like, certain things. And she's a little like goofy, giggly, odd, you
Blowing
know?
in the wind. That's the what you're
Yeah.
trying to describe. It's all a symptom of blowing in the wind. She not rooted in who she is.
Yeah.
She just kind of out here, and I think that's just.
Yeah.
It's like that's what I really am not sure that she likes him, other than the fact that she thinks he likes her. You get what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
it could
Like
be. It
she
could
kind of
be.
whimsical, and I mean not whimsical. That ain't even the right word. Let me not. It's she blowing in the wind.
Yeah. Yeah. Understood.
But
Understood.
yeah,
So who else we got? Bella, she was there.
yeah.
I said in my notes, I said, "Oh, she cool with everybody, no matter what, babes." And Amaya, she was having it. She said, "You don't speak to my exes. I'm not friends with my exes. That's a boundary, and it is what it is." And I'm kind of with
Mm-hmm.
Amaya on that one,
Mm-hmm.
especially with this situation, right? Like again,
Mm-hmm.
like the group, they being too hard on Pepe and not hard
Mm-hmm.
enough on Bryan, and
Mm-hmm.
I'm not understanding why. And Bella, I'm like, girl, you wasn't there long enough to form no connections with nobody. She talking about some we Villa family. I'm like, but nobody came to your birthday party, girl.
Oh, that's what happened in the social media streets. Oh, unfortunate.
No,
I
that's
didn't
what
hear
she
that.
said. She was like, I invited everybody. Only 3 people from the
Oh,
villa
I didn't hear
showed
that
up,
part,
and one of those
girl.
people was Pepe because he came with
Oh,
Iris. So that's 2 right there. I don't know who the
oh,
third person was.
oh, yeah, yeah. I wasn't. I was not listening to a lot of the Bella parts.
Yeah. So that's that.
I mean, but I didn't have no issue against Bella. I just didn't know who she was at first. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Maybe I wasn't looking at her
Yeah.
little name tag on the screen. But she looked a little different. I mean, did she
Did
gain a
she?
little weight? Is that what is maybe her face looks fuller? I don't know.
I don't know,
She just looked
child.
different. Looks equally beautiful. Like no issue either way. But I just did not recognize her at all.
Yeah. Yeah. You
Maybe
know.
it's the highlights in the hair or like the little brown, the dark lights, what they call it.
Yeah, I don't
When you
know,
go from
child.
blonde to darker. I don't
I
know.
knew it
She
was
has some.
her, so I don't know what you was seeing.
I don't know. I didn't know it was her. I really was
But
like
again, she wasn't
they
there that
introducing a
long. She
random
wasn't there. I mean, she just wasn't there that long,
in the villa.
So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I don't know. Anywho, we got anything else on this episode?
No, that's it for these first 2 episodes of Beyond the Villa. Again, make sure you let us know. Are you watching? Are you
Mm-hmm.
enjoying? Is this something that we should continue to cover?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe button, follow button, all the things. Check us out at Black Girl Stalking TV on TikTok and Instagram. And we'll maybe see you for next week.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But we definitely see
Bye.
you for Love Island. So,
Right. Yes.
all right.
All right. Bye.